The movie begins with a satanic ritual of a very scared woman marrying a demon with the help of an old woman. It all starts with three members of a family, Ronti, Gita, and Siti, who are heading towards the market to sell chicken. At their shop, Siti, who doesn't want to make any effort, hands over a packet of chickens to a customer. Mr. Hodge comes to pick up an order he placed one day earlier with Ranti. She has kept the red bag right in front of Siti, who refuses to let Ranti accuse her of giving it away. When Siti realizes she has no way out, she claims she only gave the bag away because she didn't know it was reserved for someone else. Mr. Hodge agrees to wait while the sisters prepare the chicken again for him. He asks about Siti's pregnancy and admires that she's still working in the market. Siti taunts Ranti for calling her lazy when she feels brave enough to work. Ranti reminds Siti that she ignored her mistake to do some damage control, but Siti still has issues with Ranti's attitude towards her. Mr. Hodge notices their banter and advises Gita, who is still unmarried, to treat her in-laws with respect whenever she moves into another family. Back home, Ranti and Bowo's daughter Nina is upset about Bowo heading overseas for work again. Bowo is worried about his younger brother Bayu, who wakes up late even when his pregnant wife Siti leaves home early for work. He doesn't think Bayu's habit of betting on cockfighting is a real job. Bayu still views his rooster, Rocky, as a huge investment. Their mother, Diane, is disappointed that Ranti didn't prepare breakfast for them before heading out. She is much kinder to Siti, who puts all the blame on Ranti for the missing breakfast. Diane thinks it's only Ranti's duty to make breakfast for them, and doesn't even expect it from Gita or Siti. Ranti seems frustrated about Diane's constant comments about her being too busy at the market to do household chores. When Ranti sends Nina to school with Gita, Diane wonders why she can't drop off her own daughter. Ranti explains that she needs to drop Bowo off and deliver pre-cooked chicken. She thinks it makes sense for Gita to pick Nina up so she doesn't have to wait. Diane still thinks it's Ranti's duty to pick her daughter, especially since she has a disability. Bowo is heading out for a month, so he hands over some cash to his mother and brother before leaving. He gives half of his savings to Bayu because he feels bad about him not earning well when his wife is about to deliver a baby soon. Ranti assures him she has some savings because of her pre-cooked chicken business. She feels bad that his mother never appreciates her side job, and that nothing she does ever pleases her. She feels hurt that Siti and Diane are always mean to her when she tries her best to manage everything. She's also frustrated that Bayu just sits around at the house, and no one blames him. Bowo knows they don't have enough money to move out, so he asks Ranti to adjust to his family. Ranti begs Bowo to just stand up for her and defend her the next time his family blames her for something. After dropping Bowo off, Ranti continues her chores and watches Bayu waste his life on cockfights he never wins. When she gets home, she finds Siti consoling Diane, who is in tears. After Diane curses her for being a terrible mother, Ranti rushes to the hospital. Gita apologizes for Nina's car accident after she forgot to pick her up. Ranti runs towards the doctors to learn about her daughter's condition. She begs them to perform any kind of surgery to save Nina's life. While waiting in the hospital, an elderly woman, Utari, approaches Ranti and offers her food. She knows Ranti hasn't eaten all day because she's worried about her daughter. Ranti doesn't understand how Utari knows about Nina, but she doesn't give a straight reply. Utari hands Ranti a piece of paper and asks her to consider an alternate option to save her daughter. Gita watches her leave, but Ranti doesn't tell her who the lady is. Siti is frustrated that she's doing all the household chores alone because Gita and Ranti are at the hospital. Diane also blames Ranti for being irresponsible and neglecting her daughter to deliver chicken orders. Bayu also hasn't been able to get in touch with Bowo about Nina's condition since he's in the middle of the sea. Ranti learns that Nina needs to undergo immediate brain surgery to survive. She has some savings and is willing to sell her car, but the cost of the surgery is still very high. Diane claims she doesn't have any savings to help Ranti. Bowo also refuses to sell the house to save Nina, because he would rather have the money for his mother's medical expenses and his wife's labor. Gita urges him to consider how immediate Nina's issue is, but Bayu doesn't budge. Diane also wants to wait for Bowo's opinion. Ranti reminds her that they don't have enough time to decide with Nina's life on the line. Ranti is worried because even with the surgery, the chances of Nina's survival are very slim. She tries to reach out to Bowo, but breaks down in tears when she is unable to. This is when she remembers the paper Utari gave her. Utari is glad Ranti chose to come to her on the night of passion for the satanic ritual. She assures Ranti that after she marries the demon, her daughter will get better and all her troubles will be taken care of. Feeling a little reassured, Ranti willingly takes part in the gory ritual, where she has to ingest a rooster's liver. She seems a little creeped out by the ritual, but stays her ground. On Utari's advice, she agrees to give her entire body and soul to the demon, and become his bride. As she sits alone on the bed, the demon undresses her and takes over her. Utari watches proudly as the demon consummates the wedding night with Ranti. When they're done, Utari asks Ranti to keep giving a rooster's head and liver to the demon on a plate every week as an offering, starting from that night itself. The next morning, Bayou greets all his roosters but is concerned about Rocky missing from his cage. Diane asks City and Bayou to take her to the hospital to meet Nina. Bayou is not in the mood, and City also feels overburdened with the chores she has to handle in Geeta and Ranti's absence. Right then, their car returns, and Nina comes running out of it to greet Diane. She assures Diane that she is healthy, and Diane is more than glad to watch her hopping around. City thinks it's suspicious that Nina recovered so easily, but Bayou asks her to be relieved that they don't have to sell the house. He also ignores City's suspicions that Ranti must have performed black magic to help Nina. After that, City starts observing Ranti and thinks she's acting very suspicious. She even asks Ranti why she's sitting on the couch in the dark, but doesn't get a reply. She walks towards the door when she hears the bell, and is stunned to find Ranti on the other side with Nina. She keeps staring at Ranti, who also gives her a suspicious smile before heading inside. When City rushes back to check for the Ranti she saw on the couch, she finds no one there. She tries to talk to Geeta about how suspicious Ranti has been acting since Nina returned from the hospital. Geeta doesn't believe that City could have possibly seen two Rantis in the house. City also thinks it's weird that Ranti is taking a bath at night. Geeta still refuses to believe there's anything wrong with Ranti's behavior. That night, Bayou comes home late and wakes City up so she can make noodles for him. City gets disturbed by a frog in the kitchen and does her best to slay it and throw it away before shutting the windows. She hears someone moaning and records Ranti laughing and enjoying a shower at night. She spreads the video around so everyone can make fun of Ranti. When Mr. Hodge comes to pick up his order, Ranti angrily storms towards City with a knife and threatens her. City admits that she spread the video, but doesn't think Ranti can end her in front of so many people in the market. She's sure Ranti is hiding something and wants people to see that she's a freak. The demon inside Ranti seems very angry, but she doesn't hurt City when Geeta stops her. That night, Bayou asks City to make noodles for him again. When she arrives in the kitchen, she realizes that the noodles are already boiling. Ranti suddenly appears behind her and picks up a frog from inside the noodles with her bare hands. She then eats it in front of City and really scars her. City rushes to wake Bayou up, but the person sleeping on the bed is actually Ranti. She strangles City and kills her unborn child. She then eats the fetus and leaves her all bloody. When the actual Bayou returns home in the morning, Geeta asks him to wake City up so they can head to the market. Bayou is worried when he can't find City in the room and looks all over for her. Diane wonders if City left for her parents' house after getting upset over a fight with Ranti. She scolds Ranti for fighting with City, but Geeta takes a stand for Ranti and claims that City made fun of her first. Geeta wants to ask around for City in the market, but Diane doesn't want anyone in the locality to gossip about their family. While looking for City, Bayou realizes that a lot of his roosters are missing. Nina hears a voice, and Ranti suddenly scares her by asking her to take a bath with her. Geeta hears Nina shouting and agrees to make her sleep with her that night. Ranti finds City's body in a ditch and approaches Utari to understand what's going on. She explains that the demon is now living inside Ranti and has entered the house. She knows that the demon will always defend Ranti as his bride and will try to murder anyone who tries to hurt her, just like a husband should. Ranti, who is in her senses, doesn't want any more demises in her family. But Utari knows that she will remain married to the demon forever because of a contract she signed with him. As Ranti drives back home in tears, she remembers ranting to Bowo about how he doesn't defend her. Bayou is making his rooster fight when he notices a bloody figure that looks like City. He follows her around but is brought back to the arena when his chicken loses the fight. Something leads Bayou to City's body, and he immediately confronts Ranti about unaliving her. He found Ranti's shirt with the body, and now he demands to know why she ended her life. He also shouts at Diane for wanting to keep everything hushed about City, just so people don't gossip about them. That night, when Bayou is burying City's body, he notices Ranti stepping into the shed. When he follows her, Ranti attacks him without touching him and makes him lose both his eyes. Geeta hears him shouting and finds Ranti right next to his body. Geeta follows Ranti back to the house and demands to know how she murdered Bayou. Ranti assures Geeta that she loves her the most in the family and asks Geeta not to make her angry if she wants to stay safe. Geeta suggests they should ask Mr. Hodge for help. She scolds Diane for still thinking about what others will say about their family. Mr. Hodge notices Ranti in demon form, but he prays in her room. Ranti plays along, but smashes his glass of water to show who is in charge. Mr. Hodge still assures Geeta that everything can be solved if she prays. As Geeta is locking the door, she hears Ranti whispering to her to stay out of all this. Even Geeta is sure Ranti's condition is getting worse, but Bowo, who is now returned, refuses to believe it. He heads over to Ranti's room and hears some noises, but he still bangs on the door asking her to open it. The demon voice assures him that he's not allowed to come in. Bowo keeps noticing how strange she looks, and even comes eye to eye with a demon when he's trying to spy inside the room. When Bowo and Geeta head out to find a solution, Diane asks Nina to give some food to her mother. Ranti is now completely chained and tries to ask Nina to open her shackles. Nina starts crying because she misses how her mother used to be. The demon tries his best to convince Nina to unlock her, but Diane doesn't let her. Gita tries to find Utari in the hospital because she remembers how suspicious their meeting looked. Nina hears Ranti's voice claiming that she's scared in the dark. She brings a candle for Ranti and asks why she never eats the food. Ranti asks Nina to get some crackers for her so she can eat better. When she leaves, Ranti's demon recites a poem about how they are all going to expire that night. Diane asks Bowo to come home when she's getting very worried. Diane doesn't notice Ranti walking behind her. When Nina hears her grandma's screams, she finds that Ranti has murdered her too. Ranti approaches Nina, but she runs away and tries her best to hide. When Bowo and Gita get back, Ranti attacks Gita but gets distracted by Bowo's voice. The demon assures Bowo that he's no longer Ranti's husband and ends him. Nina shouts out when she realizes she lost her father and reveals her hiding place to Ranti. Gita saves Nina from Ranti and asks her to think about how much she is hurting her daughter. Nina begs to get her mom back and threatens to cut her own legs. Somewhere deep inside the demon, Ranti hears Nina's voice asking to get her mother back. Nina asks Ranti for forgiveness and claims she would rather be sick again. Ranti comes back to her senses for a while and stops attacking Gita. She asks Gita to take Nina far away from there so she can save both their lives. Gita doesn't want to leave Ranti alone, but she asks Nina and Gita for forgiveness and lights herself on fire to get rid of the demon. Gita takes Nina away in their car once the whole house starts burning. When it seems like Gita and Nina are in a safe house, Nina realizes she can't move her legs. They hear a cupboard rattling, and when Gita opens it, she finds Ranti's red wedding dress hanging in it.